Who doesn't love the Learning Channel? Today, my team has put together a bunch of TLC videos about weird addictions that we're going to react to.
My name is Shannon. I'm 20 years old, and I'm addicted to drinking gasoline.
How are you alive?
I can't go a day without it. Like, I crave it. I
Gasoline.
need it. I'll wake up, go to the washroom, and drink the gas. If I go out somewhere, I'll put it in a small water bottle.
Nathaniel is in a committed relationship
can't be a
with
thing.
a car that he's named Chase.
This is a joke.
He met Chase in a resale lot about 5 years ago.
Love you, baby.
What the
It was love
is going on right
his
now?
body and then his interior and everything just together just seemed to fit.
Are
I
these
just
two
felt an
different
instant
things?
connection.
My name is Evelyn. I'm 27 years old. I live in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and I'm addicted to drinking air freshener.
Oh, no, you're not.
I love air freshener.
No. You know, they make like a
I love
mint
it.
thing. that-
Absolutely. What I
You
love
don't-
about drinking air freshener is the taste.
No. But I honestly don't understand. How are you alive? Okay, so medical news today says that you can have 2 ounces of gasoline a day without severe intoxication. 12 ounces will kill you if you're a 70 kilogram or about 155 pound person. The symptoms include nausea, heartburn, drowsiness, vertigo, slurred speech, rashes, staggering, weakness, blurry vision, confusion, convulsions, loss of consciousness, lung and internal organ hemorrhage, and heart failure. There is no redeeming value of ingesting gasoline. Why do we know this at all? There aren't a bunch of people chugging gasoline, but workers who come in contact with gasoline vapors from a gas station, lawn equipment like a lawnmower, may have exposure, and that's where these symptoms are documented apparently. But please don't drink gasoline. And knock it off with the air freshener thing too. I will literally come to your house and give you a tin of Altoids. You don't need to be smoking the air freshener, which can cause airway irritation, make allergies worse, and in high enough doses can be lethal. Finally, don't make love to a car. You know, get on Match.com. There's options. I'm just saying there's options.
Bigger than average. One thing I am seeing here, as I follow the
6'7"
placenta down, it looks like it may be covering the cervix a little bit, called placenta previa. That has some potentially serious implications, especially when it comes to delivery. Placenta previa is when the placenta, the afterbirth, the part...
Why did that shit the doctor said 5'6"? That's not very nice. So this story about a very tall woman who happens to have a placenta previa. I don't think there's any correlation with the woman's height and the placenta previa. That's not a risk factor. Placenta previa is not common, but not rare, about 1 in 200. So what is this? The placenta is the organ inside the uterus that is able to deliver nutrients and allow the baby to grow for the 10-month gestation period. It's super vascular, meaning it has a ton of blood supply, and anything that disrupts that can cause a life-threatening bleeding. Now, the reason that it's a challenge here, and Dr. Brody is saying it's near the cervix, so there's actually different grades depending if it completely covers the cervix or just abuts on the edge of it. But the cervix is the outlet. That's how the baby is delivered. If you have this giant blood vessel having nutrient system in the way, it'll tear and you can bleed to death in minutes. So this is actually a very serious consideration. It needs to be identified early, and then it needs to be watched. You need to avoid activities that, sexual activities or vigorous exercise that could cause the placenta to tear. In some circumstances, the doctor will put the patient on bed rest. You have to have serial ultrasounds. Occasionally, it actually does move up out of the way. But if it doesn't, and it's covering the cervix at or around the time of delivery, you gotta have a C-section, and you gotta deliver a little bit early before the onset of labor, because again, it could be minutes between the time that the bleeding starts and you bleed to death. So this is something that has to be followed very carefully by your doctor, and you have to have a plan for delivery in place to prevent a catastrophic hemorrhage. Now you know what not to be addicted to. I'll tell you what you should be addicted to is hitting that subscribe button. We'll see you next time.